Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Jen's Place. Today I will be doing my review of Little Women Atlanta Season 6, Episode 2, Minnie's Got a Man. Okay, let's see how this goes. We start off with, we see Abira and Monie going to a restaurant to meet Minnie. And they are going to talk about, I guess, what happened at the launch party with Abira and the twins fighting and Juicy getting her head cut open with the glass. Okay, so when they first get there, Abira and Monie go to the restroom and Minnie, she's already at the table, I guess, or she haven't got there yet. Anyways, they try and go to the bathroom and Abira's, telling us how difficult it is as a little person to go to a public restroom because it's so gross, and you're like basically face to face with the toilet because of how small they are, so she has to stand on top of the toilet to use the bathroom, and she breaks the toilet seat, I guess. Anyways, they get there, go to the table, and they're eating food and talking about what happened, and basically Monie wants them to all just be, she's trying to be the peacemaker. She wants them to all just be getting along and all this stuff. And so does Minnie. She, at this point in her life, she wants, everything to be all cool with everybody. She wants to be cool with everyone at this time, and I think that that's a good thing that they actually showed, Minnie making peace with everybody on the show before, she passes away, and just that her life was coming full circle, and it's just kind of sad to me to see that. Anyways, like I said, Abira, she doesn't think that, she did anything wrong. She just basically felt like the twins was trying to jump her. That's what she's telling Minnie and Monie, that she thinks that they was coming for her, and that's how she feels. So she was just basically protecting herself. That's what she sees. That's how she feels that it went down. But Monie then asks, like, could y'all be in the same room together? Could y'all be in the same place at the same time? And Abira's just like, I can be in the same place with them, but, I just feel like if I'm there, I probably might want to hit one of them. So that was that with them. And then we see the next scene that we see is the twins. They are at one of each other's house. I don't know whose house it is. I don't know which one. I believe it's Amanda's house. And they talk about what happened, and Amanda feels like, they should have just let everything go, and that her husband was telling her, you're better than this. You shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. And while Andrea's baby daddy is telling her that, it's helping her, take her shoes off and all this stuff. He was, basically pushing her to fight Abira. And, it was just a mess. And Amanda feels like, we should have just let it all go, because in the end, I could have got hurt, you could have got hurt, but Juicy is the one that got hurt. She got a busted head out of all this. So then we see Miss Juicy invites Minnie over to her house, so that way they can just clear the air, and she can apologize to Minnie for the things that she's done. And she wants her and Minnie to basically set an example for the other girls, because she feels like if them two squash their beef, then that will lead Abira and the twins to squash theirs, and they can all just get along, and it can go back to regular, without all the drama. So Minnie gets there, and Juicy made some smoothies for them, and she basically Juicy apologizes to Minnie for how she treated, for what she said at the kickoff special about Minnie's health. And Minnie, she said that what Juicy said about her, that really hit home. And, even though I lied, Minnie said, even though, my track record is not so good with, things in the past, but I would not lie about my health and all this stuff, and that what Juicy said hit home to her, and she accepts Juicy's apology. And, Juicy basically says, me and Minnie, we do have a history, and that's what people need to understand. We go way back. And so after that, they beef is squashed and they cool, they make up, cool with that. Then we see Monie. She says that she gets a call from Moreland, her husband, but as we know, her and her husband is on the rocks. They are not getting along because it was infidelities in their relationship from him, and he just left her in the dust once when she wasn't on the show anymore. He just left her. She went to go take her son to school, and he just dipped out. And so he calls her while she's there in Atlanta, and she basically doesn't really want to. She's like, I don't have nothing to say to you. Don't call me. Don't text me. And then walks out of the place. She meets him at a coffee shop, and she walks out of there, and then he follows her, of course, and telling her basically that he realizes since he's been away from her that she's who he really loves and all this stuff, and just lying so he can get back. I feel like he's using the girl, and she needs to move on with her life, and that's just that with that. So then after that, she leaves. She can't deal with it no more. She leaves. Then we see Andrea and Minnie meet up, and they're eating. They always eating somewhere. And so we see them, they're eating, and they're talking about what happened at Juicy's party. Basically, Minnie is asking her, how are you feeling, since everything. Andrea tells her, I want to say one of her, something hurts. I think her arm was hurting or something after that. And then Minnie asks her about, her baby daddy and all that. And then Andrea's like, speaking of boos, how's your boo or whatever? How come you didn't tell us that you had a boo? Minnie's like, hold up, how do you know about that? And she was like, because I overheard you telling Tara at the kickoff special that you had a man. How come you didn't let us know? How come we haven't met him? And Minnie is just like, I didn't want to bring him around you guys because it was just like a whole bunch of mess. You see, all the craziness has already done happened. So she was like, okay, I just wasn't ready for him to meet y'all yet. So she was like, okay, basically when they gonna meet him or whatever. So basically Minnie's like, in due time y'all meet him. And then we see Amanda. She goes to see a physical therapist because her leg is hurting, and the therapist tells her that she thinks that it's a sprained leg and stuff, and they do an x-ray, and they tell her that she's gonna have to get an MRI. They tell her that they've seen that she had a fracture, and she was like, oh, that they did that a long time ago when I was like 15. They broke my leg, to try and make it go straight because I always walk like I'm bow-legged or whatever. So basically they just tried to fix her leg, but they think that, it's just a sprain in her foot and she needs to do physical therapy. And then, of course, she starts crying to her husband, Jordan, and to her sister. And she feels like that people's going to be talking about her leg and stuff. And they both tell her, don't worry about what other people think. Who cares? Everybody has something wrong with them, basically. And then, her and her sister is talking after that, still in the therapy office. in the physical therapist's office, and she's worried that she might not be able to have kids, and her sister tells her that she'll have kids for her. And she was like, how you gonna do that? You got your tubes tied or whatever. And she can do that. She can get her tubes untied and have kids for her sister if she wants to. So that was that with them. And then we see all the girls meet up at this place that Monie had set up. She wanted to invite all the girls, but she invited all of them except for Abira, because she did not want for it to be any drama. She just wanted to basically talk with the twins and see what was going on, trying to get them to all come to agreement and just stop the madness. So they go to this place called Bury the Hatchet. It was Minnie, Juicy, Monie, the twins, and they all go there. They all do, throwing this hatchet at this wood, and they all do it. They had to sign a waiver, just in case something happens. They was all nervous about it. And then they all getting along and stuff, and then they all sit down, they eating salad or whatever, and Miss Juicy was like, what is this? Is this gravy, or is this, what did she call it? She called it balsamic, and the twins, one of the twins just thought it was so funny, and she was like, no, it is balsamic. Balsamic, that's how you say it. It was funny to me. I thought it was pretty funny that Juicy can't say balsamic vinegar dressing. Anyway, so then Minnie and Monie tells the twins, that they did talk to Abira, and she basically feels like that they tried to jump her and stuff like that, and they were all like, no, that's not what happened. We didn't try to jump her. She's always coming for us at every event that we had. If it's an event that we got, or some kind of event, any kind of event, she's always coming for us, and she's always did that as long as we've known her. So then one of the twins mentioned that Minnie had a boo or whatever, and they all the girls start asking about Minnie's man and all this stuff, and then Minnie's like tells them, we've been talking for a year. I've been knowing him since, what did she say, 2012 or something like that, and she just basically is telling them, how she's happy in her relationship, and then she starts to get emotional and tells the girls, I feel like, why does he like me, and all my other relationships haven't, really amounted up to anything, but basically, she's in love and she is happy about it. So anyways, then they start talking about still on relationship tip, and Monie goes in to tell them that she met up with her husband and told them what he had to say and what she said, and they just want to know, all in her business, want to know what he said and what she gonna do. She don't really know what she's gonna do, and she telling them, I had to stay. Oh, she told Moreland that she got to stay at Abira's house. But anyway, she did tell them that he wants to meet up with her again, and this time she's gonna listen to what he has to say and then go from there. So then after that, we see Minnie go on a date with her boyfriend Nick. We finally get introduced to him. They go do some kind of glass blowing thing or whatever, making glass something, and then they sit down chatting, and she tells him that she wants him to meet her friends and stuff, and he was like, okay, that's fine. I'll meet him. I'll bring my friends. You can bring your friends, and we'll just have a good time. So Minnie, that was that. That was cool for them. And then we see Juicy and Abira go get their nails done because Abira didn't get invited to. She didn't get invited to Monie's bury the hatchet. So Miss Juicy invites her out. She doesn't think that was right of them to not invite Abira to the thing. So she invites her out so they can talk, and so basically Juicy can see where Abira's head is at. So they talk, and they're getting their toes done at the nail place, and Juicy's basically like, you did this to my head. She was like, oh no, Abira asks, okay, so how did bury the hatchet go? How did it go? Who was all there? And Juicy just straight up told her, everybody but you. You the only one that didn't come. And you was the only one that wasn't there. Everybody else was. And so Abira was like, okay, well, good thing I wasn't there because, let the people that like to throw stuff go. And then Miss Juicy is like, okay, how do you think that I got this on my forehead from you? And Abira's like, I did not throw that glass at you. I did not throw my glass. My glass did not break your head, did not bust your head open. Just basically not trying to own up to what she did. And we all know, if you watch the playback, you will see that the glass that she threw did hit Juicy in the head and, busted her head open. And she basically told the other girls that she got cut too. But of course you did. You didn't get cut like Juicy and had to get stitches, but you probably got a scratch or two. Anyways, after that, Abira is basically like, I'm not going to back down for nobody. I don't have nobody here with me. I'm just here by myself. I don't have no family. I don't have no twin sister. I don't have, nobody. It's just me and my kids. I'm the only one here in this town, that's going to be riding for me, So she's like, I'm the only real one, So of course I'm going to, they was coming for me. But really, in all actuality, you, Abira, started it when you started coming for Juicy and then coming for the twins, asking Miss Juicy, was that about Minnie? And then all of a sudden you started asking the twins, why y'all bald-headed didn't come to my party? Why y'all didn't come to my party? They don't have to come to your party. They didn't want to come. Anyways, after that, next thing you know, we see it is the night of the party. The little meet and greet with Minnie's guys. So we see Abira and Monie. They show up together, and then Miss Juicy comes in, and they are all talking, and then here comes Minnie's boyfriend and her friends, and they're asking questions. They were kind of rude. The guys were kind of rude to the little ladies, because he was like asking her, like, do you like to be picked up? Do y'all like people to pick y'all up? Like, basically pick them up like little kids. And they, Abira got offended, because to her, she felt like, now is not the time to be talking like that to me. I'm not in the mood for your stuff. Okay, I'm just not in the mood. So then, Minnie mentions for them to just go over to the bar and start talking to each other, and then the twins walk in, and then Abira leaves because she feels like, she doesn't want to ruin Minnie's day, of meeting her boyfriend. So she leaves, and she's feeling all, some kind of way about herself and about the whole situation. So she just goes home, and then, sorry, my nose is itching. And then the twins talk with Nick and get to know him, since it was the first time that they met. And basically that was the end of the show. It goes off, and then so we're gonna see next episode should be Tanya's gonna come back, and she's going to basically try and get the twins and Abira to actually talk with one another. And I don't know if this is the I don't know, what's going to happen in the next episode, but we shall see. But thank you guys so much for watching my channel. If you didn't watch this far, you must like it. So please like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.